He had learned the sound of hunger the way others learned music. It was the hollow echo in his stomach at dawn, the creak of his one wooden chair when he sat to rest his bones, the sigh of the kettle boiling nothing but water because there was no tea left. His name was Jonah, and the world knew him only as the man who swept the bus station floor for spare coins and slept in a room so small the walls seemed to lean inward at night. Jonah owned very little. A blanket patched with different years of his life, a pair of shoes whose solace he had repaired with wire, and a notebook where he wrote names, people who had once shown him kindness, so he would not forget that goodness still existed. One afternoon, while sweeping near the abandoned ticket counter, Jonah noticed a leather satchel wedged beneath a broken bench. It was heavy, far heavier than any bag he had ever owned. For a long moment he simply stared at it, his heart pounding. He had learned long ago that hope could be dangerous. Inside the satchel were documents, neatly organized, and an envelope thick with papers. No cash spilled out. No glittering treasure revealed itself. Just words. Jonah could not read well, but he recognized his own name. Confused and shaken, he carried the bag to the small legal aid office 2 streets away. The clerk, a tired woman with kind eyes, leafed through the papers slowly. Her hands began to tremble. "Jonah," she said quietly, "did you know you had an uncle?" Jonah shook his head. His father had died when he was a boy, and the family had scattered like dust in the wind. The woman swallowed. "Your Uncle Samuel passed away last month. He had no children. He left everything to you." "Everything?" Jonah asked, the word foreign on his tongue. She nodded. "Property, investments, a trust. Enough money to change your life completely." The room spun. Jonah sat down hard, gripping the edge of the desk. He waited for the familiar sting of disappointment, for the truth to collapse into a cruel joke. But it didn't. The documents were real. The fortune was real. Within weeks, Jonah's world transformed. He moved into a quiet apartment with windows that let in sunlight. He bought new clothes, though he kept his old shoes tucked beneath the bed. He ate until he was full, and then sat in disbelief at the feeling. Yet what surprised everyone was what Jonah did next. He returned to the bus station. Not to sweep, but to listen. He set up a small office nearby, funding free meals, literacy classes, and temporary housing for people who slept on the same cold floors he once knew. He hired some of them, paying fair wages and teaching them skills. When asked why he didn't move to a bigger city or buy a grand house, Jonah simply smiled. "I was invisible once," he said. "Money didn't make me human. It just gave me the power to remind others that they already are." On the first anniversary of his new life, Jonah opened his old notebook. He no longer added names. Instead, he wrote a single sentence across the last page. "Fortune did not save me. Compassion did, and now I can pass it on." And for the first time, the sound of hunger was gone, replaced by something he had never known before: peace.